Hi there. I'm coming early today with Facebook Love. It's Sunday. It's Palm Sunday, if you're a person who celebrates that, and it's the run-up to Passover as well. That doesn't affect everybody, but I think a lot about... I'm very pensive during Lent, and all of this staying home stuff has happened during Lent, and so Palm Sunday marks the beginning of Holy Week, and it is the last few days of these 40 days when we're supposed to be carefully considering who we are and where we fit and what we really need, which fits really well with what's going on here. I'm having trouble focusing today. I don't seem to be able to get it together. I've had some lovely conversations, which is great. But I think today's one of those days when I need to forgive myself for not being productive, despite the fact that I have time to be productive. I may get to the piano and singing for a while, and that's probably about all that's going to happen today. Oh, and I might make banana bread, because Temple sent the recipe. Thank you. So when I get this pensive, I think a lot about a few things which really affect this time of being locked in our houses and being away from those that we love in ways that feel really foreign. And one of those is that the line between everything being okay and nothing being okay is way closer than we want to accept. So that razor's edge is something that really is sticking with me. And also being a person who writes, I think a lot about what it is that drives me to do it and why I feel this way. Why do I have to write things down? Why do I have to sing them? Why do I have to create a poem or a story? And I just feel driven. I observe things very closely, and I was aware from a really young age that not everybody wanted to hear that. They did not want to hear my enthusiastic noticing of, oh, look, daffodils, or, oh, look at the way the paint is peeling on the side of that house, or the way that the dandelions grow between the cracks in the sidewalk, whatever it might be. But those moments when I'm noticing are also closely related to joy, and the way that we can find joy no matter what. The beauty of the sound of somebody's voice when they're singing, the vibration they create. My son loves to talk about music being learning to manipulate the way we make the air wiggle, which is so great. Makes me want to sing when we stop. So maybe I will let this bit of concentration push me toward creating beauty another way when we're done here. So I feel like sharing my own writing today, and I have a couple that came from pensive moments on days when I couldn't get anything done. This one I think is particularly good for spring and particularly good for people who are home with their kids. This one's called Ordinary Grace, which may or may not be the title of an Elizabeth Berg book. It just occurred to me. Anyway, I wrote this in 2011. Ordinary Grace. Today feels like nothing special. The forsythia burst open butter yellow in morning's coral glow, and striped squill are cobalt nestled amongst grassy blades. Spring's annual relief washing my eyes clear. But if I look over what happened in between the drive north to the studio, the brackets of actual work and not work, I hear voices making harmonies across the hall. A kid who never made a resonant sound come forth yet did it today. Another asked me if our breath is really the same as the name of God. A pithy interview on public radio with a Civil War scholar rolling me toward home. The cats chase Japanese beetles and a stink bug skitters against the patio screen, poking the mesh wholly. With a cup of milky coffee before me, set to read a magazine for a moment in the slanted afternoon light. My son needs to know, do I have a minute to listen to him, lifting himself onto the kitchen counter, his legs dangling. I have a wonder about this thing, Mom. And this day where I've done nothing special looks more like grace than any before it. Ordinary grace. There's like a deep listening when you're being a parent. I suffer from too much talking, and I notice it when I'm in the middle of it, and then I shut up and let all the words spool out of the child. I've been lucky to have two of them share their thoughts and their wonders with me, and I've been deeply grateful. And it's hard sometimes in our daily lives to remember that those moments of deep listening are when we learn, and they're also when we're creating a memory for that young person who needs us so deeply to see them. We need to be seen, and when we're raising young people, they need us to see them, which seems all wrapped up in the close observation of writing and of making the air wiggle when we make music. It's Sunday, it's Palm Sunday, it's a significant Sunday, but this Sunday was not a going to church and having processionals and palm waving and singing great anthems. It's more of a quiet Sunday. So I wrote another one. This is from the same year, I believe, 2011. And this is about one of those Sundays when I was feeling very close to my Creator and not needing to go into a sanctuary for it. Probably one of those days when I needed the home altar. I needed to fill myself up in dailiness to notice it deeply. This one is called Common Miracle. It's Sunday, and here I am taking it slow, deliberate devotionals, tightening the blanket, folding pear-shaded sheets over, smoothing the spread after pillow plumping, emptying the laundry basket, only to strip the towels and wipe down the sink. Church this sun-flooded morning is a service of one, watching the light, its reverent procession across the bedroom carpet, smiling at the cat's lazy worship, paws up, limp with heat, belly taut with its long fast. I sip water, ear cocked to public radio's quiz show, cleverness its own reward. I face down the staircase, my true day's dawn, basket at my hip, sweeper plugged in, ready, cleaning a meditation on the daily bounty I ask for in the prayer He taught us to pray. The very ordinary things taken as granted, the extraordinary things a repetitive, casual miracle, granted as the most common name of the most remarkable human ever living, Yeshua, Joshua, Johann, Jean, Sean, Ian, John, Jesus. Common miracle. So, those were mine today. I think starting Lent or ending Lent and starting Holy Week, I'm just feeling that sense of reaching for meaning, trying to understand, wanting context. It makes me think of an image that helps me when I'm struggling, and maybe it'll help somebody who's watching. There's a famous, I can't remember if it's Plato or Socrates, Aristotle, one of the early philosophers of Western civilization, that whole idea of seeing darkly, just seeing a little bit. or standing inside a cave and seeing the shadows playing. The image that really helps me is the idea of a tapestry, and that all of reality and what we understand is only the back of a tapestry. And if you look at the back of it, you can see a lot of the picture, but not all of it. And you see broken threads, and you see connections between stories, and broken off bits of thread and knots, and places that don't make any sense at all because somebody's corrected something and covered up the meaning. But it's all there. We're just on the other side of it. And I really want to get to I want to get to the front side. But we're only on that razor's line that's between everything being okay and it's not okay. And how fragile we feel. I feel fragile today, and I'm really grateful for this week that we're approaching. Each day is a step toward Friday, and then the joy of next Sunday. That sense that the reality that we humans are living in is not all of it. And I don't think you have to be religious to see that there's more to this existence than just our perception. So that's all I've got today. Just some common miracle and some ordinary grace. Just my words coming to you. Facebook love. I'll see you next time. Bye.